Hello, this is Retellings from the Lake and this is the movie Brick. The residents of an apartment building one night find themselves trapped by a mysterious brick wall that has wrapped around the entire building. In order to escape from the trap, they unite and try to understand what is really happening, who created the wall and for what purpose, and whether they will manage to escape before something even more terrible happens. The film begins with a call between game designer Tim and his colleagues regarding bugs in a new game. When the connection lags, he recalls the miscarriage of his wife Olivia. He is distracted from work by his spouse, who asks him to go outside. There is renovation work taking place on the house. The building is draped with fabric so that dust does not scatter and so that the residents do not lean out. The couple notices a helicopter flying overhead toward a column of smoke. There is a fire somewhere in the city. Taking a pizza with her, Olivia brings her husband into a van which she had taken back from repair. She proposes to go on a trip to a new life, like an experienced hippie. For the sake of this, the woman has quit her job. However, Tim wants to finish the game before abandoning everything, so he asks her to wait. The compilation of shaders is in progress. At night, while they are sleeping, the building is enveloped by a mysterious cloud. The water in the faucet stops running. The fire alarm shuts off. When Tim wakes up, he sees that his wife has dressed. She wants to leave without him and never return. However, her attempt to abandon her husband literally crashes into a wall. A mysterious wall made of strange bricks has blocked the exit. The windows also turn out to be blocked. Strange bricks react to touch, although not immediately. The couple realizes that they are locked inside their own apartment. As Tim tries to break the barrier, Olivia calls the landlord, but the network does not connect, and the Wi-Fi also does not work. While trying to catch a signal, Tim notices that the phone glitches when it approaches the mysterious material of the wall, which cannot be identified. The couple attempts, with the help of a perforator, to deform the bricks, but only heats the drill bit. Another attempt to break through the wall in a different place also rests against the strange material, which has completely isolated the dwelling. The only thing they manage to do is to break through a hole in the wall shared with the neighboring apartment. There, a couple of lovers of prohibited substances, Anna and Marvin, have stopped. After noticing that there is no water in the faucet, the couple checks their supplies. Tim wants to try every possible option in order to find an exit. Just like in a game, for example, to combine a mop and a blanket holder and use a refrigerator. Olivia blames him for the fact that they are stuck. If they had left, as she had wanted, nothing would have happened. Now they are walled up inside a building covered with construction film. Who knows when people will realize that something is wrong with the house? After the quarrel, they separate into different corners and think about what to do next. Tim notices a piece of metal stuck to the bricks. The couple realizes that the wall possesses magnetic properties. The strongest points are in the larger bricks. Tim assumes that there is some kind of logic in this. Meanwhile, his wife, by the method of trial and error, tries to feel out this logic. After she attaches cutlery to the large bricks, the wall throws them away with a powerful discharge. During the process, Tim is pierced with fragments, and Olivia has to treat the wounds, pulling out pieces of iron deformed by the magnetic field. Soon they hear screams and noise from the neighbors. The shadows respond, and the couple decides to enlarge the hole in the wall to reach them, arming themselves just in case. In addition to the creative mess, they notice traces of blood and Anna lying on the floor. While trying to help her, the couple is attacked by Marvin. He knocks Tim to the ground, but Olivia uses pepper spray in time. A baseball bat comes into play when Anna stands up for the guy. She explains that the blood on the floor belongs to him. While trying to break the wall, she accidentally hit Marvin. Just in case, binding his torso and tying his hands until the substances wear off, Tim inspects the apartment. He finds a closet, inside of which there is a storage of suitcases. As soon as the light is turned on, the bricks outside ripple in waves. The man does not have time to examine them when Olivia arrives. Together they rummage through the storage for useful supplies. In addition to miniature and not-so-miniature video cameras, the couple finds an axe. Tim tries to break the wall with it, but it does not even leave a scratch. When Marvin regains consciousness, he says that the axe may break under such efforts, and apologizes for the outburst of aggression while under the influence. Olivia, being an architect, proposes a new plan to smash not the mysterious bricks, but the floor. That way they can get to the lower floors, and from there to the basement where the bomb shelter is located. From it there is a passage to the subway, perhaps even to the year 2033. They begin to work. Tim breaks the parquet, Olivia clears away the earth layer. After making a hole, the captives descend on a homemade rope to the lower floor, just for reconnaissance. There, Tim is met by Mr. Oswald with a pistol in his hand. He orders the guests to leave, but then Lee, his granddaughter, appears. The girl convinces the old man that sitting in captivity and rationing supplies is not the best idea. They must try to get out through the underground tunnels together with the neighbors. When everyone has descended, Marvin asks to cut the tape binding his hands. Tim fulfills the request, reminding him that in case of another outburst of aggression, the old man has a pistol, and there will be no time for reasoning. And so that the haze in his head disperses faster, the addict is given the axe to swing. While Marvin minds the hole, Lee tells them that the incident happened quickly. At night she woke up to go to the bathroom, and when she returned, the wall was already outside the window. Tim notices a miniature camera built into the smoke detector. Mr. Friedman, the owner of the building, had installed such devices in every room. Tim checks the detector in the kitchen. There is also a surveillance device. Marvin assumes that they have become part of some kind of show. Olivia advises to ask the owner directly. He lives behind the adjacent wall. Breaking through a technical opening, they go there. The owner's apartment is furnished in a pimp dream style. Marvin takes a chair leg just in case of unforeseen circumstances. However, their fears are in vain. There is no one in the apartment. The owner himself lies without hands in a pool of blood near the entrance. The guests' nerves give out at the sight. They leave, leaving Tim to deal with the mystery of the missing hands. He picks up the owner's phone. It is full of identical photographs of the mysterious wall. Realizing that there is nothing to be gained here, the captives return to Mr. Oswald to continue digging down. Suddenly, a blow of the axe breaks a concrete partition. Part of the floor collapses together with the people onto the floor below. Olivia sets up a ladder found at Mr. Oswald's. He descends with his granddaughter, although at first he wanted to stay so as not to be a burden to her. When the whole company has descended, Yuri appears, a man who had come for a few days to visit his friend Anton. That one had died of a heart attack right in front of the wall, possibly because his pacemaker had shut down. Yuri says that the bricks are a precautionary measure designed to protect them from various attacks. Opinions regarding whether it is safe outside are divided, but by majority vote the people decide to search further for an exit. Lee stays in Anton's room to examine his notes. According to Yuri, they are related to what the wall actually is. The residents break through the bottom and descend into the basement. Olivia and Tim wander through the corridors, breaking doors, searching for a passage to the subway tunnel. They find one, and the woman breaks the rusty old locks with the axe, while Yuri ominously stares into the basement hole. He smiles when he hears the screams of the new acquaintances. As he had suspected, they have stumbled upon bricks. Marvin has a fit. He tries to break through with the axe. To calm him down and save the axe from breaking, Mr. Oswald is forced to put a pistol to his head. Pretending to calm down, Marvin snatches the gun from the old man and fires it at the wall. The bullets stop before reaching it. Tim, remembering the incident with the cutlery, orders everyone to lie down. When the bullets are thrown back, only the old man does not manage to dodge. Mr. Oswald bleeds out right in his granddaughter's arms. The residents return to Yuri. Anna tries to understand why exactly they ended up here together, suggesting that it is connected with near-death experiences. She had survived clinical death. Lee's mother had died. Yuri, being a policeman, had killed a man while on duty. Olivia confesses that she and Tim lost a child due to miscarriage. Tim is uncomfortable discussing this incident and leaves. His wife follows him to finally figure out their relationship, why they have grown distant from each other. Everything ends in a quarrel, but it gives them the necessary push to want to act. Tim proposes to return to Mr. Friedman's room to search it for potential clues. Lee and Olivia stay to study Anton's notes. Suddenly, there may be something in them as well. Finding a business card, they learn that he was involved in nanotechnology. Rummaging through broken gadgets and documents, the girls find a record of a code that supposedly may open the exit. Yuri warns that it is dangerous. Outside there may be radiation, or worse, other people. Tim, Marvin, and Anna find a remote control for a secret room. With the help of Flower, they determine which numbers were used for the code, only 20 for combinations. While Anna calls the others, Tim goes through the options and opens the secret room. Inside it turns out to be not Harry Potter's lair, but a control center for hidden cameras in the house. Lee, staying in Anton's apartment, tries to understand what he knew. In a sudden fit of insight, she examines the corpse, removing the scarf from it. There are marks of strangulation on the neck. The owner did not die the way Yuri said. When the others return, Tim rewinds the recordings to find out when and how the mysterious wall appeared. They also see that Anton, apparently, managed to open the wall. Noticing that Yuri is not with them, Marvin goes to search for him. He is burning Anton's records, which are the key to the exit, and on the floor lies Lee's lifeless body. The others watch a recording of Yuri killing his so-called friend. Realizing what is going on, Tim grabs a pistol and runs to help Marvin, who is already being strangled. Yuri manages to knock the weapon from his hands and almost strangle Tim, but Marvin, having regained consciousness, kicks the villain in the face. Olivia arrives and asks not to kill the man, as he may know how to get out. Listening to his wife, Tim knocks Yuri out with a blow to the head. After tying up the prisoner, Tim gives the pistol to Marvin so that he watches him. He himself goes to his wife, who is mourning Lee. The man suspects that the bricks of different sizes are part of a code, similar to Morse code. Seeing Anton's business card, Tim realizes that he had worked in the building where the fire had occurred the day before. This may be interconnected. The residents interrogate Yuri when he regains consciousness. Under the threat of the pistol, he confesses that the wall is a protective system against threats such as nuclear war or chemical attack. Anton decided that the system had activated due to a malfunction caused by the fire, so he wanted to open it, but Yuri prevented him. Marvin, in a fit of rage, beats the prisoner until Anna calls them into the surveillance room. She has discovered a recording of Anton's work. He was programming an application to open the wall based on the principle of a QR code. Although Yuri had broken the device, Tim can restore the data. Copying the application and uploading it onto a working smartphone, the residents return to Anton's room to test the theory in practice. Scanning the door through the application, they see 4 buttons on the screen. Pressing them sequentially causes flashes of light on the camera, which activate the bricks. The mysterious wall ripples in waves but does not disappear. Anna, to test it, pokes into the resulting liquid with her finger, after which she inserts her hand. The others try to pull her out, but unsuccessfully. The wall changes structure, hardening again. In the end, only half of the girl remains, and not the better half. Marvin bends over the remains when he notices that Yuri is laughing. In another fit of rage, the man shoots the prisoner, killing him. Marvin selfishly spends the last bullet on himself, not wanting to live without his beloved. Left alone, Tim and Olivia talk, finally finding peace and harmony. Then the man proposes to try to get out again, using another combination of buttons. Suddenly Olivia has an insight. Each button produces a certain number of flashes. Anton had managed to select the correct combination, opening the wall. This is on the video. Checking the recording, the couple returns to the wall, not noticing that the wounded Yuri has regained consciousness. Attacking Tim, he beats him, then turns to the woman. Retreating, Olivia falls into the basement, where her awakened husband Spartan kicks Yuri down. Jumping down after Tim and his wife run away, locking themselves in the utility rooms. While the man holds one door, Olivia tries to open another with the help of the application and combination. Yuri attacks Tim with a knife. He tells his wife to run through the open passage before it is too late, but she hesitates. The opponent raises the knife above him to finish him, but at that moment he receives an axe to the head from Olivia. The spouses go through the tunnel to the exit. Outside, they are awaited by a dazzlingly bright light and dozens of buildings wrapped in protective walls of nanomaterials, which have become deadly traps for the unprepared residents inside. Instead of helping them with their knowledge, the couple gets into the van and drives away, listening on the radio to news of the activation of a secret protective system that has enveloped the entire city. The film ends here.